What is up, you cheeky little cunts? My name is Unto a God, and welcome back to another video. Today I am playing Pillars of Eternity, a top-down classic RPG style game made by Obsidian, the makers behind Fallout New Vegas and fun games like that, the ones who are coming out with Outer Worlds later. Next year, was it? It was either next year or the year after. I can't freaking remember. But anyway, I bought this I want to say a year ago, but I never really played it all that much. I only played up to probably the third chapter or so, and then I just stopped playing it and I dropped it completely. I figured, you know what, I might as well just do this eventually. I pondered about doing this for my channel earlier on, but then I just decided to give up on the idea, and I only just recently got the idea to record it again. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. As you can see, I already have two characters, technically. Saray and Astrid. They're both female characters. But that's no fun. I'm going to go new game, and obviously I want easy. Because I didn't do so well on normal last time, and I'm not too good. Please don't make fun of me. Please don't sue me. Obsidian Entertainment presents Pillars of Eternity. It's a pretty cool intro, actually.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright. So this is a character creation screen, apparently. And might I say, this chick is not looking too bad already. I would change back to a male, though. But, you know, I like diversity in my games. Or in the games I play, so I almost all the time I go female characters, because why the hell not? Just because I don't want to bore you guys with any of this stuff, I'm just gonna skip past all the character creation stuff, so I will see you when I get back. Alright, here's my character. Her name is Christine Quickblade. Which, that should actually explain the 2 little daggers in her hands. Hey, pretty cool, huh? Alright, let's do this. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. He nods in your direction. Sparfle nods and slides the warm bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins up there?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. Okay, good to know. Keep in mind, I haven't played this game in forever, so I'm gonna be forgetting quite a lot of things, honestly. Who did build the ruins anyway?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
This is dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
There's concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Oh, I believe
It's more
them.
like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Well, I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Oh, that's fair. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha.
Oof.
Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Anyone should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Okay then.
You heard the man.
Pills
Let's get
overturned.
going before you
This is your
keel
first
over.
visit to the world of Yora, blah yada yada. Yada yada yada. Okay. I'm just gonna skip all that because I already know the basics of my UI. So, I'm gonna save here.
Certainly.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Yeah, okay. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Oh, that would be so cruel of me. The fourth option. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. If you think these caravaneers are prickly, watch out for those axe wielders Odema mentioned. That's excellent advice indeed. You now have one rank and a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favored by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests, and faith and conviction for paladins. Huh. Okay. I got it. I got it.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Well, let's see what you got. I already know what stores do. Okay. So, how much? I got 100 right now. So, I forget. Inventory. Aye. So I got 2 daggers. That's not bad. Alright, I think I'm good. Expiration is key in Pillars of Eternity. Yeah. Don't need to remind me of that. Oh, hello. Hello, Sparkle.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough, my fine
Let's
lad.
check by those outcroppings.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's a mauled cow. Okay. Yep. Characters has been engaged in melee. Characters engaged, they immediately stop moving. Yeah, alright. Alright. I know. I know all that, okay? Not too bad. Yep, scored a crit. I already know how that works, at least. So now I can... What about those berries over there?
This is it.
As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. Got it. You're the one who's supposed to be from some big shot noble family. That true? That's right. Royal blood runs through my veins. Certain jealous family members whispered into my father's ear, and I was disinherited. I know what that feels like. You really can't trust anyone, can you? No, you can't. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Radric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. Here to settle like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. Won't find many offers like it in these parts, believe me. Got some big plans in store. I'm gonna lay low here for a while. Try not to draw too much attention to myself. You picked the right place, son. Gilded Vale's days away from any real civilization. Anyways, I'm wasting time here. Odem will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out. And that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in the Examital. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here and we'll see. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Direwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai and another in Adir. A sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Direwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparful is going to get you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. I should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Yep. Quest updated. A woman's respite. A sun sickness has come over me, blah 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 blah. Find Sparful. Okay. Fair enough. So if there's anything I like about this game, it's the fact that it's the whole CRPG feel of it, you know? Kind of feels like one of those D&D games.
Went hunting. At least you left the water skins. Come on.
Just have key to hand. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You gain an item quest. Full water skin added to the stash. Continue. Out of the trees emerges Sparful, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparful, are you alright?
Sparful's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. That's not good news.
Ambush!
Yep, that's an ambush. That is totally an ambush. Okay. So you, I'm having to attack her, and you attack him.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's go, son. Times a what? Yeah. Okay, I get it. Okay. What kind of spells do I have? Second wind. Her. You can do that. Knock down. Knock him down. There you go, girl. Dead. Yep, they're all dead.
Come on, we have to get back
good.
to camp.
That's good. Yep, first I'm collecting these coins because I need the money right now. A bow and hide armor. That'll come in handy. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heoden, the last your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Airglantath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. Your courage is a mask. None of you has yet slain a true warrior. The man's brows creases, questioning. We have killed many, trespassers like you. Your kills are sloppy. The wounds on these people are inefficient and off target. This is the work of untested men accustomed to carelessness. The man bares his teeth. He looks at Hayden, helpless, his eyes shut tightly for the killing blow. The man spits. We'll see whose courage is a mask. He shoves Hayden toward you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Hayden's torso. Hayden screams and tumbles forward, a wide gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. That's not good. That is most certainly not good. So this guy's gonna pay. I'm sorry, but he's going to. So you attack these
What you need?
people. Rip. They're all dead now. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odima's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
That's not good. Oh dear. What is happening? Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. I am going to throw my weapon at the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But driving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.